ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
Attacked less than a block from his synagogue, a local rabbi talks to ABC 10 News about the series of incidents that just turned violent.
The coronavirus is one issue, but the heat is another. Why restaurant owners feel caught between a rock and a hard place when temperatures soar.
Plus, the new measures in place as some students return to the classroom at San Diego State. But first, Padres outfielder Tommy Pham is recovering after being stabbed in the Midway district overnight. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News sports director Ben Higgins joins us live now with the details surrounding that stabbing. Ben.
Yeah, well, first of all, the Padres say the outfielder is in good condition following the incident, which police confirm took place outside the Pacers Showgirls nightclub on Midway Drive. ABC 10 News cameras were on the scene last night after police responded to reports of the stabbing. Pham was taken to UC San Diego Medical Center for treatment of the wound, which, according to the Union Tribune, punctured all 3 layers of his skin. Friends of Pham told the UT that the Padres player came across people who he didn't know arguing next to his car. Pham asked them to leave, and that's when he was attacked. In a statement sent to ABC 10 News, Pham called the incident a very traumatic and eye-opening experience and adds he's on the road to recovery. Now, Pham just completed his first season with the Padres, which was delayed at the beginning by a positive COVID-19 test and later by a broken bone in his hand. He did recover in time to hit .375 for the Padres in their recent playoff run. The SDPD is asking for the public's help in solving this attack. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Western Division or leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. I'm Ben Higgins, ABC 10 News.
And thank you for the update. And trouble tonight in a neighborhood. It takes a violent turn for a University City rabbi.
He saw us, he passed us by with his bicycle, turned around, and lifted his clenched fist and brought it down as hard as he could on top of my head.
He says a teenager attacked him less than a block from his synagogue. Tonight, our ABC 10 News reporter John Horn explains how the rabbi says a nuisance became a threat and what he plans to do about it.
If you notice any chairs that are together, those are households that live together and therefore sit together in our community.
Rabbi Yonatan Halevi has done all he can to protect his congregants from the coronavirus, taking over this 3,300 square foot space for its 44 members.
Everybody has their own box with their own dedicated prayer books.
But it's the presence outside the doors he can't control, one that is making him designate some members of the Shiviti congregation as security guards.
Every day they come by here, taunt us, throwing bottles at us, sitting on our roof, blasting music. That ended up in them breaking a window to my van.
Halevi is referring to a group of teenagers he says spend their evenings causing a nuisance around the UC Marketplace shopping center on Governor Drive. The synagogue is on the property's southwest corner. We're blurring the group's faces because police have not named them as suspects in any crime. The rabbi tells me up to this point the incidents had not been physically violent. That all changed Saturday evening when he and his father walked by this bus stop just steps from the synagogue.
He saw us, he passed us by with his bicycle, turned around, and lifted his clenched fist and brought it down as hard as he could on top of my head.
Halevi says the kid then called him the N-word and yelled a variation of white power before biking away.
I like to believe that if the parents knew that they would do something about it, and one of our plans of action is to look for the parents and inform them.
A message he hopes to deliver before it's too late. John Horn, ABC 10 News.
Rabbi Halevi says he met with police today. He says they plan to increase resources to find the teenagers and will also contact school police that plan to investigate this as a hate crime.
Another hot week has arrived in San Diego County as businesses have been struggling to bounce back during the pandemic. Some say the recent heat waves have been causing even more problems. ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala explains the struggles that some are going through each time it gets hot.
Basically, when it's hot like this, we do lose a business.
Temperatures are climbing above normal across San Diego County this week, and while some restaurant owners are thankful they've been able to reopen inside at 25% capacity, they say this heat is stopping customers from using their outdoor seating as well.
People will rather stay home in AC or shaded area. So especially in Escondido, it's very hot.
Mia Davis is the co-owner of Miko Sushi with locations in Carlsbad, Vista, and Escondido. While her business in Escondido was thriving with outdoor dining after months of a shutdown, she says the recent heat waves over and over again have caused her business to take a hit.
It really impacted our business. A lot of people do not want to sit outside in the hot sun. Around 8 o'clock, it was so hot, and outside patio was almost empty.
Davis says 25% capacity is only about 6 to 7 tables at a time inside, and the outdoor seating is greatly needed to bounce back during this pandemic.
We don't know what to expect.
A heat advisory will be in effect for the coast and valleys from 11 a.m. Tuesday through 5 p.m. Friday. The dangerously hot and dry conditions are also causing fire concerns to grow locally. Firefighters asking everyone to remain cautious and avoid doing anything that can spark a fire. As this year across California, thousands of wildfires have already burned more than 4 million acres, destroying homes and even taking lives. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
With many people staying home during the heat, you may have noticed an increase in energy usage on your electricity bill. Tonight at 7 o'clock, we'll explain how SDG&E says that it's helping families during the pandemic. And the temperatures will be higher than usual across the county. Some will have to deal with a heat advisory starting tomorrow. ABC 10 News weather anchor Leah Pizzetti is joining us live with a look at all of this. Leah?
Kim, yeah, it is already starting to heat up. If you thought today was hot, though, just get ready for tomorrow. It's going to be even more hot heading into your Tuesday. So I do want to show you our current temperatures right now. You can see we have started to cool down a tiny bit along the coast. We are in the 70s. San Diego at 79 degrees right now. 80s, mostly inland, 92 degrees for Escondido. Still hanging on to those 90s. Fallbrook at 94 degrees right now. And heading into tomorrow, like I said, the warming is going to continue. We are nearing 90s, even hitting 90s along the coast. Inland, nearing triple digits with some areas getting up to that century mark. Mountains in those mid 80s. Desert well into those triple digits as well. And this is all prompting a heat advisory like Mimi mentioned. This does begin tomorrow morning. It does end at Friday at 5 p.m. This is for our coastal communities, for our inland communities. So definitely going to be a hot week ahead, but we do have some relief coming at the end of the week. I'll have a look at when we're going to see a little bit of relief coming up in just a bit.
All right, we'll check back with you then. Thank you, Leah. Stay ahead of the rising temperatures and beat the heat with the ABC 10 News app. You can get your neighborhood's forecast and much more. You can find it for free in the App Store.
Confirmation hearings for President Trump's Supreme Court nominee will continue tomorrow on Capitol Hill. If confirmed, Judge Amy Coney Barrett would alter the balance of the Supreme Court, making it a 6-3 conservative majority. Democrats used their opening remarks to talk about the millions of people who would lose coverage if the Affordable Care Act on the court docket a week after the election is struck down. Republicans argue that judges shouldn't make policy, but instead make decisions based on law.
Justice Scalia taught me more than just law. He was devoted to his family, resolute in his beliefs, and fearless of criticism. And as I embarked on my own legal career, I resolved to maintain that same perspective.
And we will continue to stream the hearings live as they continue this week. You can watch them on our website, 10news.com, our free app, or your favorite streaming device.
Governor Newsom today praised the state's effort in improving its ability to trace each person who comes into contact with someone who's positive for coronavirus. State Secretary of Health and Human Services, Dr. Mark Ghali, explained how effective the program has become.
Today, we are finding that 95% of our local health departments are able to contact all of the new cases that they receive results for on that same day. Similarly, we have 97% of our local health departments who are able to contact all of the contacts that we learn about on that same day. These two things together allow us to have a better chance of keeping COVID in check.
Governor Newsom also said that when it comes to the state's tiered reopening system, counties are generally moving in the right direction, and many could move into a better tier tomorrow. San Diego County will remain in the red tier, though, for now, but our numbers are moving in the right direction. Our adjusted case rate per 100,000 people is 6.5, continues to move down. We should see our progress over the next week tomorrow, and it lines up with our 14-day rolling average for positive tests, which remains at a 3-month low. And less than 3% of the tests are coming back positive right now. Today, the county reported 195 new cases for a total of 50,746. There were no new deaths reported today. That total is 826.
Some students return to classes at San Diego State today as in-person classes do resume. The campus is now dealing with close to 1,200 cases of coronavirus. Students are being asked to assess themselves and stay home if they do feel sick. And if they do go into class, they first need to get their temperature checked.
So they would come through, only one person at the kiosk at a time. They'd walk into the building. There's a monitor that's there. They'd go up in front of it. It scans their temperature. If it's green, that means they're clear. They go get a wristband.
Everyone who comes onto campus, students and staff, needs to get tested every 14 days. The university says it will enforce face coverings, citing those who don't follow the rules. Right now, in-person classes are limited to only those who require for graduation.